Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat! Kano. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Yo. Yo. Did y'all see that Mortal Kombat trailer? I'm not going to give, full play-by-play. Just going to talk about a couple things. First, I even put little dot notes just in case. So we got a new character named Cole Young. Now, some people are questioning who the hell is Cole Young, right? I think, now, Cole Young is an MMA fighter. Think about it. In Mortal Kombat, we don't have no MMA fighters, and MMA fighting is popular right now and has been for a while. So I think it's a great way to introduce. Also, too, I think with the new world and the new story, I think he's going to be the eyes to get into the situation. So, like, basically, he's going to be our eyes into this new version of Mortal Kombat. Now, is he going to make it through the whole film? I have no idea, but I think that's what it is. But I'm laughing because no one's bringing up the fact that it's Shatterstar from Deadpool 2. And I really hope this guy has some shine, but I think it's cool that we get a new character, new story. We don't know what it's about. We've never gotten a Mortal Kombat where the story had a new character in it from the gate. For the TV show, you have Legacy, Mortal Kombat. I think the old show was Conquest. I loved that had Kung Lao in it. I actually loved that show. Noob Saibot was in it. It was so cool. If you never watched it, check it out. It may be corny, but I liked it. Legacy was just awesome. And some were better than others, but, Mortal Kombat in the past. Now, one of the things that I'm really feeling, okay, so my favorite character in Mortal Kombat is Sub-Zero. And I have to suffer with the fact that Ed Boon loves when Scorpion kills Sub-Zero. So most times you see them do stuff, he kills them. Now, my favorite is Sub-Zero the brother, the one that has the scar from Scorpion. But I actually like the other Sub-Zero too in the first game. He was my favorite character to play. Sub-Zero's my favorite character. My friend knows I liked him so much, I wish I would have pulled it out. There's an actual controller for PS2 that he gave me as a Sub-Zero controller in a box. I never took it out of the box because I was like, no, this is just cool. I actually might put it on my display when that thing is ready because that's how much I love Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is an amazing character. And it looks like this movie is flowing around Sub-Zero. And Sub-Zero's about to be a beast. And I'm like, yeah, boy. Yeah, give my Sub-Zero some love. I like Sub-Zero so much. I played MK Mythologies. Now, it wasn't mine. Me and my boy actually went in on it, but he left for college and never gave it to me. We went half on it. So, yeah. But I played MK Mythologies because I love Sub-Zero with the Qui-Gon and all that. So, now, I see there's a new Shang Tsung where Kerry Hiroki Tagawa used to play, and he played the old Shang Tsung in Legacy. He's playing Shang Tsung in the game right now, which I think is great. I don't know. He's Shang Tsung, But the new guy seemed pretty cool. And I've seen this new guy. He was in, Batman Begins. No. Batman The Dark Knight. He was the Chinese guy who Joker was like, that's a squealer. That's a squealer. I know a squealer when I see one. That guy. He's playing Shang Tsung. Actually, I think he looked dope. I was like, I like this. I like the look. I like the outfits. Looks like they changed Jack's story where his arms get taken off instead of by Ermac by Sub-Zero, which I'm actually okay with because I loved it where Sub-Zero grabbed it and was like, and the buckshot. And I was like, Sub-Zero's a beast, yo. Like, literally like, nah, son, I'm Sub-Zero. Oh, you want to fight me? I got something for you. Take them arms off. So I was like, yes, I want Sub-Zero wreaking havoc. And it looks like he is. And it looks like it's going heavily into the Sub-Zero Scorpion thing, which please tell me you saw the awesome scene. I know some people probably like, no, it looks like Scarlet, but I think it's just cool that he froze the blood and turned it into a knife. I think that was just awesome. Scarlet is not going to freeze the blood. She's going to manipulate it into, like, I think I saw a scientific, no. I actually came up with a scientific breakdown, and I saw someone else that came up with it too, that I think she takes the iron and the metals and the minerals that are in our blood, and that's how she hardens them into blades, actually. That's just my theory on it. So when she's using her blood magic, it's not just her doing it. I actually made up a character a long time ago that used blood magic, and that's what he did. He used the minerals, and then the blood just happened to be the crimson thing. He was the Crimson Priest, I think he was. Either here or there. Something I made up a long while ago. Um, then you got, it looks like with the Kano thing, because even my peoples was like, I had questions about Kano. Here's how I think they're handling Kano. So he has the things there, you know, I'll post up pictures, right? I think this is going to eventually come off, and that's when you're going to see the silver. Also, too, I think Kano is a part of the team originally, and I think the Sonya Kano rivalry is because Kano's going to join the bad guys. And that's what I think is happening. So I think he's going to start off in the team this time and not just immediately be the bad guy. He's going to work his way to becoming the bad guy. Like, he's going to be good until he's like, you know what, maybe I should join them. Or, you know, you find out as the movie goes. That's my theory anyway. I see some people talking about Polina in her teeth. Have you ever, if you go back and you remember in Blade 2, there's a scene in the trailer where the Reaper is like this. Right? And his mouth is kind of open. When you actually see the movie, his mouth is opening and he's actually bringing his tongue back. But in the trailer, they did. I think this is one of those situations. I think they kind of just wanted to show you before the CG was there, where she looks like Melina. She looks great. But I think they're going to CG the teeth in, and then she's going to have the full teeth thing afterwards. Or it's going to be something where they're very retractable, and it's going to be like, shing, king. Because remember, she's a Nadanian and a I think they're called Shao Kahn. Baraka species. For some reason, I can't remember what they're called. I think they're called Shotokans. Shotokans, I think. So it looks like we're getting a lot of characters, enough to tell the story. Raiden looks really cool. It looks like he's more of the traditional type of Raiden. And then you have Hiroyuki Sanada. When they said he was Scorpion, I was like, yes, I want him to have that kind of role. That guy is an intense, incredible actor. Okay, he is amazing. He's a great when it comes to samurai movies like Last Samurai. That was my first real indication of him. He's just awesome, right? And I think he's perfect to play Scorpion. He has that intensity and that viciousness, and he does that stare. And then they're gonna have, it was like, I'm Sub-Zero and I'm Scorpion, and we're gonna see them get it in, and I'm gonna be so excited. And yeah, he's an older guy, but it works. For when you think of Sub-Zero, or Scorpion and Sub-Zero, it works. And I think the guy, heck, you go back and you watch Avengers, I think Endgame, and him and Ronan were going at it with swords. Like, this dude keeps himself up. You got him in Logan. Like, the guy is a beast. He knows what he's doing, and he knows how to play the role. And I think he's going to really play the role. Is there anything I also want to talk about on this thing here? Yes. Shao Kahn. Normally I do these off the cuff, but I'm kind of in the middle of something, so my brain is kind of like, you know. Shao Kahn, that image looked like Shao Kahn from the game. And I'm very happy about that. Also, too, put the paper away because now I'm going to fly off the cuff, baby. Goro looked like a beast. And I got a feeling we're going to see Johnny Cage. But when some people are questioning, what about this character? Why is Ermac? Well, let's look at it like this. This is the first indication of Mortal Kombat, right? And we seen Kano rip someone's heart out and look like a hyena man. And I think they're going to play it up like Scorpion's Revenge, where it's one of those, there's going to be some not so buys. Just like the first Mortal Kombat movie, there was just some guys who were just fodder. They were good fighters, but they weren't important. And that's a great way to keep characters going for a little while longer, especially if they decide to like make this into like a trilogy or take it further and push. They can always do the timeline thing where they bring them back like they did in the most recent game. So, but at least until then, you can kind of kill off characters and keep the story progressing by having them beat up enough people that they survive through it. If you get what I'm saying? And but people have to also remember, this is technically characters from Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2. We saw Jax in the first movie, then he was in the second movie with the big brother with the big arms. I always liked him. Movie's a whole nother story, but him, I thought he was cool. I just liked the way he was. But they got Makad Brooks, and I think he was a good pick. I think his name is Makad Brooks. I know his first name is Makad. He was Jimmy. I always called him in the Supergirl Sexy Jimmy Olsen. I'm like, shut up, Sexy Jimmy Olsen. But he's a big dude, and it works for the arms. It looks like he packed on a little bit of muscle. But now he has a reason to go after Sub-Zero, so it kind of makes them all intertwine with each other, which I think is really cool. Looks like they're going to quest. Some people I saw saying about CG, I was fine with it. They're like, oh, it looks like a YouTube video. Look, it's going to be better than that second movie CG, number one. Number two, I'm like, if it's passable, because I know Legacy did some good stuff. If it's passable, and they're probably going to polish it, but even if it's passable, I don't, like, I got this thing where people go a little overboard on special effects. They got to be like this. No, as long as they work and they're good enough, I'm okay with it. If you do great special effects, awesome. But I mean, I give Marvel passes all the time. Black Panther, the Rhinos, Infinity War with Hulk, with the Hulkbuster. You're in trouble now. With his like almost floating head inside of the weird Hulkbuster body. So I'm like, your CG just has to be passable. When I saw Liu Kang do his thing, I was like, it looked like fire. I could tell it was fire. It didn't look like a second grader did it. It looked good enough. You want to polish it, great. If you keep it that way, I'm fine. The ice that Sub-Zero's doing looked perfect to me. So, and Scorpion's thing when he was doing the teleportation, that looked great. So I'm like, it looked fine to me. So we'll see. But you guys tell me what you think. Did you watch it? This is the Geek Protagonist. You stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. Mortal Kombat Fatality. Yeah! See ya.